What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild today here on the channel. Today we are doing the Miami Heat, a team that got absolutely spanked by the Milwaukee Bucks in last year's NBA playoffs. They were in the finals in the bubble the year before, ended up losing to the Lakers. This team seems like they're always one piece away. Obviously led by Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. They brought in Kyle Lowry this offseason. I'm super excited about this rebuild today. So I do want to apologize quickly. I know there have not been a ton of videos going out. I've been super busy with school. Midterms are coming up. It's flying by, man. I actually cannot believe that I'm a senior right now, but I'm super excited to get this on and get this video going. Today, Miami Heat, as I mentioned, going to be a normal 3-year rebuild. I think you guys tend to enjoy them more when they're 3 years. I know a couple of you guys have been asking me to do some 5-year rebuilds. I can try to do that. Again, I just got to find time. I mean, I can get in a 3-year rebuild because they don't take too long to record, but 5 years is a little bit too long for now. Normal rebuild, as I mentioned. And as always, I'd love some feedback from you guys down below in my comment section if you guys would be willing to do that. I'd love to hear what kind of videos you guys want to see from me, whether they're rebuilds, whether they're challenges, you know, any kind of videos you guys want to see on this channel. I'd be happy to hear from you. And as always, if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Love growing this community, love enjoying seeing you guys in my comment section, seeing you guys, you know, tweet at me. It's been, you know, it's been great so far, man. So I've been enjoying it so far. The NBA season, when I'm actually recording this, opens tonight. I'm so excited about this. You guys are going to be seeing this on Wednesday, so the day after the NBA season opens, with my Celtics play tonight. So without further ado, man, let's get into this Miami Heat rebuild. All right, so this Miami Heat team right now, I definitely think is on the borderline of contending. I think without a doubt they're a top 3-4 team here in the Eastern Conference. We'll go over their roster quickly. This is potentially one of these teams that I could maybe make a move before the first season starts. So we'll get into that in just a minute. We'll go over the roster. As I mentioned, they brought in Kyle Lowry on that 3-year, $85 million deal. I like the value here quite a bit. I think he's going to be, honestly, a great point guard spot for this team. They moved on from Goran Dragic, who was super solid for them for so many years. Honestly, one of the underrated players in the entire league. Super underrated star on this team. They brought back Victor Oladipo on a super cheap contract. Obviously, had some injury problems, kind of a prove-it year for him. I don't know if I'm going to keep him, and I'm saying that right now because I don't know if I'm going to have bird rights on him. So I'd love to keep Victor Oladipo. I still think he has crazy amount of time left where he's going to be really good in this league. I just don't know if I'm going to have bird rights on him, so I don't want to let him walk for nothing, if you know what I'm saying. Over here at the shooting guard spot, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Tyler Hero, who actually had a super good preseason. I will say, I'm not putting too much stock into preseason. Guys have good preseasons all the time and don't really end up being that good in the regular season. We have seen Tyler Hero actually look super solid in the regular season. Is he going to be my starter the entire video? I don't know. I'd almost prefer to start Duncan Robinson over him. I'm a huge Duncan Robinson fan. I love this deal that they brought him back on. Was an absolute necessity for them, in my opinion. So these two are going to be here for now. Probably going to be the only two shooting guards playing, at least in this first season. But again, I definitely like the potential there. We'll see how it goes. Moving to the small forward spot, without a doubt, the best player on this team, one of the best two-way players in the entire league in the NBA. Jimmy Butler, not going anywhere, is on a very large $200 million contract they re-signed him to. It felt like a necessity. You didn't want to let Jimmy Butler go. You didn't want to risk that anyways. So Jimmy Butler's back. He's not going anywhere the entire video. And then probably the weakest point on this entire roster, I'm sure the Miami Heat will figure out some ways to not have one of these guys in their starting lineup some night, but I love PJ Tucker. I still think he's one of the better defenders in the NBA. I just don't know if in 2K that's going to translate. That doesn't always translate to winning basketball. So we'll see what happens at that at that power forward spot. They have Markieff Morrison as well. Keziak Paul is here. So, you know, I'm still a little bit promising in my opinion than the grandfather himself, Udonis Haslem, man. I know, I get it. He's like more of a bench coach, and people are like, why don't you just move him to the, you know, an actual bench coach position? I think it's a little bit different when he's in a uniform and stuff like that, but, or a warm-up jacket, I guess, if you will. And then the center spot, one of the best young centers in the entire NBA, and Bam Adebayo, 100% not going anywhere. Absolutely love this dude. I think his potential is just off the charts. I know I say that about everybody, but Bam especially. Dwayne Dedmon, very solid backup, and then we do have Omer Yurtseven, who is undrafted. I have no idea who this is. So, Trader 2 is definitely in the works. I'll see you guys with our first move. This first deal here that we're going to be doing is going to be with the San Antonio Spurs. We're moving on from Victor Oladipo. I'm doing this because, as I mentioned earlier, I don't know if we're going to have bird rights on him. He's definitely going to be asking for a lot more than $1.5 million. We're getting rid of him. We also do have to throw in Keziak Paul in a first. It's not the end of the world. I didn't really know if Okpala was really going to be getting much playing time for me, just the way development is in 2K22. First round pick's replaceable. And we're getting Keldon Johnson here, who I think has the potential to win Most Improved this year. And no, I'm not kidding. I genuinely believe that he's going to be my starting small forward, or excuse me, power forward next to Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Good first trade. And then our second and final trade before we do start sim year number 1 is going to be coming with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Drew Eubanks, Markieff Morris in a second. Heading to OKC, we're getting Ty Jerome and Vit Krejci. I don't really know who he is, but yeah, Ty Jerome's going to come in, be Kyle Lowry's backup. We moved on from Oladipo. There's a backup at that that point guard spot that is open. Ty Jerome, welcome to the team. Let's set the rotation. So we've finalized this rotation for us here in Miami before we do start simming year number 1, and here's how it's looking. Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Keldon Johnson, and then Bam Adebayo. I know a couple of you might be saying, hey man, why don't you go ahead and start PJ Tucker? This team is very, very defensive oriented. PJ Tucker is still one of the better defensive players in the entire league. I think I would enjoy Keldon Johnson in there because I like the stretch four aspect a little bit more. I think Keldon Johnson's just explosiveness is going to fit in with this team very, very well. PJ Tucker off the bench, it's never a bad idea to have good defense off the bench. So this is how it's looking. It could be different come playoff time, but this is how it's going to look for now. Our bench unit is made up of Duncan Robinson, PJ Tucker, Ty Jerome, and Dwayne Dedmon. So it's not the best bench in the world. It's definitely something throughout this video we are going to have to work on. We did get kind of blessed with an already really solid starting five, so that's one of the perks we do have working for us. So that's how the team's going to be looking now, or at least for season number 1. I think this team should definitely be a top 4 seed here in the East. If we're not, big moves will come this offseason. See you guys at the end of the first season here in Miami. We finish up the first season here in Miami as a 4 seed. I wanted to be a top 4 seed. We achieved that goal. MVP went to Giannis. He's very, very good. Pretty sure he's a majority owner of the Miami Heat. Yeah, 27.5 points, 12 boards, 5 assists. Cade is your rookie of the year. Drummond always wins it. Giannis always. I actually do not think I've seen somebody besides Giannis win Defensive Player of the Year. It's kind of crazy. Daniel Gafford, most improved. Ime Udoka, 61 and 21 for the Boston Celtics. Very well deserved. Hoping that happens this year in real life. So we're over here in the Eastern Conference. As you can see, we got a matchup. Well, boy, that's fun. The Brooklyn Nets in the first round. They're a 5 seed, definitely. Maybe if Kyrie doesn't play this year, but we're not getting into that right now. Let's look at some numbers real quick. Jimmy Butler, our leading scorer, followed by Bam. Tyler Hero was solid. Kyle Lowry doing his thing. Keldon Johnson, man, this is what I'm telling you. This is the production we need. Duncan Robinson off the bench, Ty Jerome, Dwayne Dedmon. So not a bad buildup of how this team's looking right now. Will that translate to, the playoffs? We'll see. I also want to look at the standings real quick. See how many wins we finish with. 48 and 34. It's not terrible. I would have liked to be maybe, 50 plus, but I can live with it. 4 seed. Alrighty, Brooklyn here, round number 1. Kyrie, James Harden, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and LaMarcus Aldridge. They got Paul Millsap off the bench. I just think it's hilarious that they're like them and the Lakers are just fighting for like who can have the oldest team in the league. We win game 1 against Brooklyn. We win game 2 against Brooklyn. We just swept the Brooklyn Nets out of their own building. That's insane. The Atlanta Hawks beat the Celtics. I think the Hawks are a better team than the Celtics, if I'm being honest with you. Trae Young, Bogdanovich, Hunter, John Collins, Okongwu. Looks like they moved on from Clint Capella and traded him for Jeremy Grant, and that just doesn't make any sense for me whatsoever. We're up 1-0. We are up 2-0. We're up 2-1. First loss in the playoffs, 2-2. We go down 3-2. We've lost 3 straight. It's never what you want to see. We tied up at 3 games apiece. We are going to game 7. Winner takes all here in Miami, and we win. We're moving on to Philadelphia here. Brickleberry Simmons, who just got suspended for the first game of the regular season. God, he's a head case. Shake Milton, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. They got Drummond off the bench. I think we can win. I really do. We lose game 1 against Philadelphia. We lose game 2. Oh, my God. I will say this game does favor the 76ers a lot. Like the amount of videos that I've made so far in 2K22, I say like 75% of them, the Philadelphia 76ers win the finals in the first year, which is just a little crazy in my opinion. We're 3-3 with them right now. Can we go to the NBA Finals here in our first season? We cannot. We lose in 7, and the Philadelphia 76ers and the Utah Jazz arguably might be one of the more boring NBA Finals. Let's send the playoffs in. There we go. Ben Simmons, Finals MVP, definitely not something that's probably going to be happening anytime soon. So our first playoff run, I would say, was actually pretty successful. I don't know if a 4 seed's always supposed to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we did. Ended up losing in 7 games to a little bit suspect Philadelphia 76ers team. Udonis Haslem finally calls it a career. Thank God. I don't have Miami Heat fans wanting to murder me if I let him walk in free agency. Dwight and Carmelo make the Hall of Fame. No surprises there. We're going to reject all those. We'll now do the draft lottery. The Miami Heat are unfortunately not a team that has a lot of other teams' draft picks. They barely have any of their own draft picks. So we're probably not going to be drafting too many guys today. It's the Toronto Raptors, the Detroit Pistons, and the Sacramento Kings. With the top 3 picks in the 2022 NBA draft, we will sim through that. It's like always gets frozen here for a second. It's really annoying. I'm going to do some coaching stuff. I'm not firing Eric Spoelstra, signing some assistants. I'll see you guys with our next move. We are up to the NBA draft this year. We will see if we have any picks. We'll go over that real quickly. We do have our own pick at number 24. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to use this, but I think with a team like this, who's, you know, two of their best three players are all 32 plus years old. That being Jimmy Butler, that being Kyle Lowry. It is very important to worry about the now. We're not worrying about the future in a 3-year rebuild. So I don't know if I'm getting anybody at number 24 that has significant value. What I will test out right now, if I put this in an unprotected second, can I get a future first? Or maybe 2 future firsts? That would be really ideal. I'm going to do this with Brooklyn, actually. It's actually a pick swap with Houston. We get that. We get another second-round pick. I think that's a good first trade of this offseason. So we'll now head up to team player options. We did not draft anybody, as I mentioned. We're going to bring back everybody here because I think I can actually get some picks for some of these guys. PJ Tucker accepts his option. Now, I would not do this in real life if I was actually running this team at this point in time. I might trade him right now because he's 37. I don't think that translates to real life. But with his overall here, he's probably going to be close to a 70, if not in those high 60s. So I do not want to deal with that. I'm probably just going to move on from him. I'm going to, you know, I know when the time is right. I think the time is right now. We are bringing all of our starters back, which is absolutely huge. A lot of them are locked up. I mean, Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, all on multi-year contracts, which is huge throughout the entirety of this video. We have no qualifying offers, and we definitely don't have any money in free agency, which is a little bit unfortunate. So, you know, we'll go over. We have bird rights on Dwayne Dedmon. You know, that's not really anything huge for me. So, time to make a trade. I'll see you guys with this move. So I will show you guys all these small, boring moves. I know some of you guys always ask to see them when I just trade for first-round picks. This first one here is coming to the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to get a trade exception back as well. We're just going to keep firing off these guys. I mean, end of the day, I'm very comfortable with how the bench is looking with Ty Jerome and Duncan Robinson. I don't know if like PJ Tucker, Max Strus, and Omer Yurtseven, I don't know, are going to go ahead and be able to get me any real valuable bench piece. So I'm going to probably get a first-round pick for all of them. I will throw PJ Tucker and Max Strus out, or Strus, just to see what our options are. We can get 2 first-round picks from the Boston Celtics, or 2 from the Grizzlies. All right, we're going to do that. That's a good deal, because this is definitely a team that definitely should reload on first-round picks. If I have to make like a major move next offseason, I want to make sure I have the draft capital in order to make that move. So we're going to go ahead, keep loading up on first-round picks. It's never a bad idea to do, in my opinion. So now we kind of have this bare-bones roster of what it's going to be looking like. Kyle Lowry is 36 years old. That is something that definitely makes me a little bit nervous. I don't know what his overall is going to be going into next season, but it's not like he played bad for me, especially with his role in this team. So I didn't really have a reason to move on from him. I mean, he's just very consistent. I mean, he really, really is. I mean, the points have fallen off from, 2019, 2020. It's not that crazy. I mean, especially with a different team and stuff like that. So, I look at this team right now, and I think we should be back in the spot we were last year, potentially even making the finals. I'm going to upgrade this bench a little bit. We're going to probably look to bring back Dwayne Dedmon. He's only 32 years old. I can get him on a minimum contract and maybe use a little bit of a mid-level exception here on, a backup power forward I need, I think. So, yeah, let's look at some options there. Juan Hernangomez actually looked pretty solid for the Celtics in the preseason, so we're going to bring him back. We're going to let everybody else go. We have a couple trade exceptions here, not really too big. But, yeah, Dwayne Dedmon, Juan Hernangomez, welcome back and welcome to the team. I will see you guys at the start of year number 2 here in Miami. So this is what I was kind of afraid of. Kyle Lowry, unfortunately, has regressed all the way down to an 81 overall. He's actually an 80 with a +1 morale boost. It is a little bit unfortunate, but if he plays well this season, I'm not going to really complain about it. I don't really care too much about overalls. I know some people do. I don't mind that. I care more about the results. So if he's playing well, this team's playing well, I'm not going to stress about it. So Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Keldon Johnson, and Bam Adebayo. The starting 5 remains exactly the same. We do have one major free agent this offseason, that being Keldon Johnson, who has seemingly gotten better every year in his career. It's exactly what you look for in young guys. So he's in the final year of his rookie scale deal. He should be a restricted free agent. He was a first-round pick. Hopefully that is the case, and hopefully 2K does have that right, but I'd like to bring him back if he continues playing well. And then Bam Adebayo at that center spot's just an absolute monster. Our bench unit, Duncan Robinson, Juan Hernangomez came in. He's going to be my backup stretch 4. Great fit for me here. Ty Jerome, and then we do have Dwayne Dedmon. So we probably lost a little bit of defense off the bench, losing PJ Tucker, but end of the day, you just got to score more points than the other team. That's all I'm really worried about right now. I think this team's in a good spot. I'm looking to go back to the Eastern Finals, hopefully make it to those NBA Finals and get one for Miami here. I'll see you guys at the end of the second season. Second season wraps up here in Miami, and it was a little bit better regular season than last year. We finish it up as a 1 seed here in the East. We are looking to make a very deep playoff run and hopefully bring a championship to Miami. Luka Doncic, first career MVP. Actually, my pick this year in real life. Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year, is in Toronto. I'm sure Raptors fans would kill for that. Tyrese Maxey, 6th man. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Defensive Player of the Year. Tyrese Maxey, also Most Improved. Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year. We go 58-24. And that is good enough for a 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference. So look at some stats. We'll look at some standings real quick. 1 seed, we were 4 games up on the Atlanta Hawks. Over here in the West, 51 wins. Got it done. I don't really know how some of these, it evens out almost, and it's kind of weird. But Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero's actually really playing well. Bam Adebayo, Keldon Johnson, Kyle Lowry really still didn't fall off that bad. So, I mean, that's where I don't really care in the aspect of, his overall. I get he's 37, but I wish if, production kind of kept up with some of these older guys, there was something in the script of 2K that like didn't just make them regress so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, these aren't like numbers for like an 81 overall. Like, especially at a starting point guard on like a 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? Duncan Robinson, Juan Hernan-Gomez, Ty Jerome, then Dwayne Dedmon. In the rebound department, it was obviously Bam Adebayo. And assist, it was Kyle Lowry. So, we will simulate the play-in. See who we got here in the first round. It's going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. Darius Garland. They picked up Zach LaVine. Isaac Okoro here. Evan Mobley still. Jared Allen. They picked up Lowry Mark. Oh, actually, no, they have Larry Markin, and I'm dumb. Paolo Banchero, DeLon Wright, Dylan Windler. They're a good team. Young, up and coming. I'd like to still beat them, though. We're 1-1 with them right now. We go up 2-1. They tied up. Oh, my God. No shot, right? We shouldn't be going to 7 games as a 1 seed against an 8 seed. I don't really care. We end up winning. We got Detroit now. Cage just an absolute monster. They drafted Jaden Hardy. They have Sadiq Bey still. A really young team. They took Clint Capella in that Jeremy Grant trade. Good moves all around. I do like Isaiah Stewart a lot, but Clint Capella is definitely an upgrade. We're down 2-1 to them right now. Oh, my God. There's no way we should be losing to that team, right? All right, it's time to make moves this offseason. We'll simulate the finals. Detroit wins the finals. Cade Cunningham is an absolute demigod. Let's get into the offseason. All right, heading up to league meetings, we're just going to decline all these. We're good there, and it's honestly probably time to make a trade. You know, I didn't want to make a trade. I kind of like the core of this team, but I don't know, man. I don't have a problem with that, you know, the way things are going with this team, but, like, we shouldn't be losing to Detroit. Also, Detroit shouldn't be winning the finals. Like, I know that some of the moves I make in this game are not realistic, but that's actually probably insanity, like the fact that they actually had them winning the finals. So, time to make some trades. I'll see you guys with this move. All right, so this might not be the best move in the world. I'm going to try to get Brickleberry Simmons here on this team. I know he's a head case. He's an absolute locker room cancer, what seems to be a locker room cancer these days. But here in 2K anyways, he's very good. He won a finals MVP in the first season. So if I can get him on this team, I think it'd be great. Obviously not the best shooter in the world. He's actually probably one of the worst shooters in the NBA for, you know, a guy who's not a center anyways. But if I do this move, I have a guy like Tyler Hero around him who's a pretty decent shooter. I have a guy like Duncan Robinson around him who's a very, very good shooter. I think it's a smart move. They're obviously not going to take that straight up. They want Jimmy Butler for Tobias Harris. Yours fucking high. All right, let's try to go ahead and just give him a couple first-round picks, see if they'll take this. I would like to get this done. I really think Ben Simmons would be a good addition to this team. And how about if I think I can take out the trade exception, throw in another first. I believe they could take it. Wait, what? Add exception, and they agree to that. So 5 first-round picks were just given up for Ben Simmons. He's 26 years old. I'm not saying Kyle Lowry was the problem on this team, but of all the starters on this squad, I think he was definitely the one that had to go. And a good part about this is we were actually able to save Hernan-Gomez, so he'll still be off the bench for us. We definitely don't have any draft picks this year, so we did not draft anybody today. My apologies for that. We do have to worry about Keldon Johnson's free agency. He's restricted, him and Tyler Hero and Ty Jerome, which is huge for us here. We're probably just going to give them all like little glitchy qualifying offer because I can. We also have Dwayne Dedmon, so I'm just going to max out Tyler Hero. I didn't know if I was going to keep Tyler Hero the entirety of this video, but with the way he's playing, there's really no reason not to. So we're just going to get all these guys back on their like restricted qualifying offers. It's actually kind of nice that we were able to do that. So we're going to get that done. It's a little fun 2K glitch that seems to never change. So we take a look at what this roster's looking like right now. I think it's actually really good. I'm going to try to get an upgrade at the backup center spot. That's honestly... Oh, Mason Plumlee is actually great. Probably going to be the final move we make with this team. I think we're very well good enough to be into the championship conversation. I think Ben Simmons is an upgrade, at least in 2K, over Kyle Lowry. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 3. And we are here at the start of the 3rd and final season for us in Miami. We've made one major change to this team, one major change to the starting lineup anyways. Ben Simmons, now the new point guard of this team. I'm hoping he can stay consistent with how he played in Philadelphia, at least in this game, and won them a finals MVP. If he wants to do that for us, man, I would not be complaining. Ben Simmons, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Keldon Johnson, and Bam Adebayo. Our bench unit has Duncan Robinson, Juan Hernan-Gomez, Ty Jerome, and Mason Plumlee. This is the team we're going with, man. We're putting all our eggs in the basket. I'm hoping we're getting a championship. See you guys at the end of year number 3. And in our final season here in Miami, once again, a 1 seed. We're obviously looking to go to the NBA Finals and win it this year. We made the East Finals in the first year. We lost in the East, in the East Finals. We made the East semifinals last year, lost in that. Luka Doncic, once again, your MVP. Amoni Bates, Rookie of the Year, is in Portland. Victor Wembanyama, 6th man, is in San Antonio. Giannis, yet again, another defensive player of the year. He won it last year, right? I'm pretty sure. Kira Lewis Jr., most improved. Eric Spoelstra, we go 61-21, which was good enough to be a 1 seed once again. I will take it. We'll check out some player stats right now, see how everybody did. Tyler Hero actually led us in scoring, followed by Jimmy. Bam Adebayo, Ben Simmons, so just like a little bit more productive than what Kyle Lowry probably would have been. Keldon Johnson, Duncan Robinson, Hernan-Gomez, Ty Jerome, Mason Plumlee. one of the Martin twins down there again. All right, we'll take a look at the standings real quick to see where we are. Comparative to everybody, we were 10 games up in the Boston Celtics. We were definitely, by far, best record in the NBA. Let's get this done. All right, we'll simulate the plan real quick. We got the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball, James Bouknight, Michael Porter Jr., P.J. Washington, and Bull. Yeah, that's not exactly a fun, first round for me, if I'm going to be honest with you. But we're up 3-0 against them. We sweep them. Beautiful. Brooklyn, who we actually beat in the first year. They brought back all 3 of their superstars here. Hopefully this goes similar to how it did in the first year. We're 1-1 with them right now. We go up 2-1 here, up 3-1, and can we close them out? We do. Moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals with Garland, Zach LaVine, Okoro, Mobley. Why do you need Nikola Vucevic off your bench? Evan Mobley's basically a center. Also a Banchero, Larry Mark. How many big men do you need? Like, seriously. There should be a limit on stuff like this. Like fantasy football and stuff. All right, we're up 2-1 against Cleveland right here. They took 1 game on their home court. We're back in Miami for Game 5. Let's see if we can get it done. We're in our first NBA Finals this video, and of course we have to face Zion, because, yeah, why not? Because 2K loves Zion, right? Mike Conley, Keontae George, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Cody Zeller. Mike Conley's an interesting addition. All right, we're up 1-0. We are up 2-0. We are up 2-1 here. 2-2. Oh, we're not blowing this, right? There's no shot. Okay, good start. Good start. Exactly the start we need. I'm not hopping into this one because we're going to win this. We're not choking this, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to Game 7. We're going to Game 7 on our home court in Miami. I will get some gameplay unless we're just getting blown out of the water, because that would piss me off. But hopefully that's not the case. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Oh my God. We really just choked it. We really just choked it. There's some teams here in this game, man, that I construct and, like, they really should win championships. And then there's some that just shouldn't win a championship and do. And, it doesn't make sense. This game, this franchise, this whole company, honestly, is just fucking terrible. But that's my videos. Alrighty. If you guys enjoyed this one, I thought we made a pretty good team. I thought there was maybe a spot or two we could have improved on the bench. But, end of the day, I really wasn't going to trade any of those guys. So if you guys did enjoy, leave a like down below. That'd be awesome. If you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe. As always, feel free to leave any other video ideas down below in the comment section. This team just pisses me off, man. Love you guys. See you guys all in the next one.